A very good morning to all of you. As we all know, today marks the market opening ceremony of this very special company. Market opening ceremonies are organized here at the Colombo Stock Exchange trading floor in order to celebrate important developments in the capital market and business. And this is why the bell ringing ceremony today celebrates the occasion of the listing of the shares of Alpha Fire Services Limited. The shares of the company will be listed on the Empower Board of the CSE, and it will be classified under the capital goods sector. Alpha Fire Services Limited is a premier fire protection and detection business in Sri Lanka, scoring over 30 years of experience in the industry. The company has a qualified and trained team of engineers, along with a highly experienced and highly qualified staff of technical staff. The company marks its position in the top tier with the Construction Industry Development Authority EM1 status, while also being ISO 9001-2015 certified. To add to this list, ladies and gentlemen, the company is also a proud member of the National Fire Protection Authority in the USA. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we congratulate the company on this successful listing, we'd like to commence the proceedings this morning as we present to you the official corporate videos of the Colombo Stock Exchange and Alpha Fire Services Limited.
Banking on the entrepreneurial spirit of the Sri Lankan people, the Colombo Stock Exchange builds on a share trading tradition that has existed in Sri Lanka for over a century. The business of share trading that commenced with plantation companies in 1896 continues to thrive today as a matured and vibrant stock market that mobilizes capital flows of over 300 billion rupees a year.
We have leveraged on the combined experience and expertise of the industry to leapfrog on multiple fronts. As we look towards a possible re-rating of the market upwards, what is on the cards are major infrastructure developments, new product introductions, widening of the investor base, building a sustainable business model, and most importantly, working with the government and the regulator to position the CSE as a pivotal point for capital raising.
The CSE in its present form began in 1985 when the Colombo Securities Exchange Guarantee Limited was incorporated as a company limited by guarantee formed by 7 stockbroker firms. Today, as the operator of the stock market in Sri Lanka, we offer state-of-the-art pre-trade, trade and post-trade platforms. Our stakeholder base also includes the regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, over 700,000 local and foreign institutional and individual investors, members of staff of the stock exchange, and other market intermediaries who go and make up the ecosystem of the Sri Lankan capital market.
Stock exchange operations around the globe have evolved significantly, and so has the CSE. Our trading operations, which started with an open outcry system and investors visiting the public trading floor, today is delivered through a state-of-the-art multi-asset class automated trading system and a central depository system. CSE has engaged in a drive to digitalize all stakeholder touchpoints in the stock market, enabling end-to-end connectivity electronically.
CSE over the years have invested in technology because we understand a robust, secure and cutting-edge technology is the backbone of a modern exchange. Today, our IT systems and infrastructure supports a sustainable business model by securing processing transactions, generating accurate and real-time market data, and offering speedy, convenient, reliable access to the market users. We have also focused strengthening our information and cybersecurity and building internal capabilities to support the market-wide digitization strategy.
Establishing regulatory readiness to navigate through a Sri Lankan business landscape that has changed substantially since CSE was first established has been a material focus.
Regulation must evolve to support the development plan or the development strategy of the exchange, and that is something that we have always followed. Compared to the inception of the Colombo Stock Exchange 35 years ago, we have been able to transform our listing framework to make it really attractive for issuers to come and raise capital by listing their securities through the Colombo Stock Exchange. And for this purpose, we have been able to diversify our listing platforms and listing boards, giving them various listing options to benefit. In terms of overall regulation, our focus has always been investor protection, creating and maintaining a fair and orderly market, and also facilitating capital formation.
The CSE has taken decisive steps to diversify from a single product market to one that offers multiple products. Real estate investment trusts, the creation of an OTC market for repos on corporate debt, trading of gold products, and stock borrowing and lending are already in the process of being introduced. On the regulatory and governance fronts, the new SEC Act, we believe, will be an important development covering regulatory changes required to continue to safeguard investor rights.
The investor base in the Sri Lankan stock market has grown steadily, and measures taken by CSE to increase the retail investor base and foreign investment fund flows rapidly to create a vibrant securities market have been focused and consistent. We have used multiple strategies to attract local and foreign investors. End-to-end digitalization is helping us to widen the local investor base. The Invest Sri Lanka series has been effective in taking the message of our stock market and opportunities globally, and in attracting foreign fund flows into the country. As we look ahead, CSE envisions to play a competitive role and be among the leading regional markets, harnessing our key strengths of the established infrastructure and the reputation built.
We have evolved, we have changed, we have developed. But one thing that remains unchanged is our focus on maintaining the integrity and the quality of the market.
We will continue our journey towards success, and we value our stakeholders whose confidence in us stood unaltered. I would like to recognize the role played by our listed companies, our investors, and all market intermediaries who placed confidence in the CSE. I also recognize the untiring efforts of board members, present and past, as well as the CSE staff, including those who served previously.
Colombo Stock Exchange, a transformative past, a vibrant future.
Alpha Fire Services Limited, the leader in fire protection detection business with 30 years of excellence in the fire industry of Sri Lanka. The company has commenced its business in 1989 in small scale, and now is a leader in the Sri Lankan fire industry. The company has qualified and trained team of engineers and technical staff with many years of experience. The head office is located in Suleiman Terrace, Colombo 5, and the workshop is centrally located in Pannipitia, with fully equipped to handle large-scale fire protection, detection and suppression systems. Alpha Fire Services Limited is in top tier with CEDA EM1 and ISO 9001-2015 certification, and Alpha is a proud member of National Fire Protection Authority, USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I now cordially invite Mr. Rajiv Bandaranaike, the Chief Executive Officer of the Colombo Stock Exchange, to address the gathering.
A very special occasion and the bell ringing ceremony as we list on the Empower Board Alpha Fire Services Limited. I would also like to extend a very special welcome to our guests representing Alpha Fire Services Limited, the Chairman Managing Director, Mr. Bijith Pereira, Executive Non-Independent Director, Mr. Samud Gunasekara, Co-Founder, Non-Executive Non-Independent Director, Ms. Deanne Ride, Ms. Kallahari Pereira, and Head of Finance, Mr. Branavan, and the team from Alpha Fire Services Limited. I would also like to welcome very cordially equity partners led by the Managing Director, Mr. Abe Wardana, and his team at Equity Partners. I would also like to welcome our CRO and his team at the CSE and also the management team at the CSE to this occasion. We established a dedicated board for SME companies with the view of providing an opportunity on one hand for SME companies to reach out for market-based funding and also to broaden the scope of companies that are listed on the exchange. And we are happy that companies are now beginning to make use of the Empower Board, and we are seeing some listings on the Empower Board since last year. So we are indeed very happy to welcome Alpha Fire Services Limited as our first equity listing through an introduction for this year. We know Alpha Fire Services as a leading fire protection and detection service in Sri Lanka with, I think, over 30 years of experience, as we saw just a while ago, providing services to both private and the state sector. We at the CSE are extremely pleased to have a diverse group of companies representing different industries, particularly those companies that are established with a strong track record, with a commitment to excellence in our listed portfolio. Thereby, we are also offering investors the opportunity of a diversified portfolio that they can invest in. So we are very keen, therefore, to have corporates of all scales and also from different sectors and different industries making use of the capital market for their funding requirements. Over the years, we have taken many initiatives on our side as well as from the regulator to make the entire process of listing easier and more convenient. And we are today seeing the results of those initiatives as we are seeing increased listings to the stock exchange. In fact, last year we had a record-breaking year for new listings, particularly for equity listings. So in conclusion, let me wish Alpha Fire Services continued growth and success of your company, and we wish you all the best as you step into a new chapter in the history of your company as a listed company. Good luck to you all, and I wish you all a very good morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bandaranaike. It's now time to invite Mr. Samud Gunasekara, Executive Non-Independent Director of Alpha Services Limited, on stage.
So I warmly welcome everyone here on behalf of the Board of Directors of Alpha Fire Services. So a journey started 30 years ago from a humble beginning to the industry leadership today. Our founder, late Mr. Frank Wright, started this company 3 decades ago. But unfortunately, today he's not here with us to see what we have achieved. We are the market leader in fire protection, detection, business in Sri Lanka. And also the preferred choice of people and contractors when it comes to the fire subject. Why our customers? Our customers has done a lot. Because of our customers only today we are here. And why our customers like to work with us? Because we always give the optimum solution for their problem. And also we have a highly technical team, including qualified engineers and aftermarket team, customer support team. So we closely monitor always the progress of our projects and the customers. So we are EM1. We are a EM1 company with the CEDA registration or ICTAD registration with ISO, and also we are a member of the National Fire Protection Authority of USA. So today we are ready to undertake any large-scale fire project or multiple large fire-scale projects at any given time. So we have the capacity and we are ready. I want to thank everyone who helped us to be here. Rajiva and the CSE team, equity team, Ray, Sonali, our board of directors, Mr. Vijit Perra, our co-founder, Gianna Ride, my good colleague Malindra Fernando, who's not here with us today, he's out of the country, and Mrs. Perra, and our staff. Our staff is our strength. Also, a special thank goes to our finance head, Mr. Branavan, who has done a lot of hard work in this listing process. Thank you, Branavan. So finally, thank you everyone again, and we look forward to an exciting journey ahead as a listed company. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to open the market for today. And to do the honors, I'd like to call upon the following individuals on stage. Representing Alpha Fire Services Limited, Chairman Managing Director, Mr. Vijit Pereira, Executive and Non-Independent Director, Mr. Samud Gunasekara, Co-founder, Non-Executive and Non-Independent Director, Ms. Deanne Ride, Head of Finance, Mr. S. Branavan, from Equity Partners Private Limited, Group Managing Director and past Chairman of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Mr. Ray Abewardena, Sonali Selvaratnam, Assistant Vice President Corporate Finance, and Amani Ranavira, Senior Vice President Corporate Finance. From the Colombo Stock Exchange, I'd also like to invite the Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Rajiva Bandaranaike, on stage. May I now kindly invite the CEO of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Mr. Rajiv Bandanayake, to present a listing certificate along with a token of appreciation to Mr. Vijit Pereira, Chairman Managing Director, Alpha Fire Services Limited, and Mr. Samud Gunasekara, Executive Non-Independent Director, Alpha Fire Services Limited. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's market opening ceremony, organized to celebrate the listing of the shares of Alpha Fire Services Limited. While thanking all our distinguished guests for their valuable time and, of course, their ardent participation, let me wish all of you a pleasant day. Thank you.